Hello. Good afternoon to Britain and Czech of you out there. Welcome to Learn English with KMD, a platform where learning English and speaking English is made much easier. I'm live again, and I wish to see all you people join me at the earliest. So please join me in large number. So this is for the third time I'm live today. Well, I was live yesterday and the day before yesterday, and it was a wonderful experience. I'm back again. I'm live again. I request all you people out there to join me in large number. Come on. Welcome to Learn English with KMD, a platform where learning English and speaking English is made much easier. So today we're going to talk. Yes, you heard me correct. We're going to talk today. And as you can see, there's two questions. I guess the questions are visible to you. Question number 1, do you speak English? And question number 2, does your brother speak English? So today we're going to talk about those two questions here. And if you talk about, good morning, thank you very much for joining me. Good morning, Celine. Good afternoon, good afternoon, Celine. Welcome to Learn English with KMD, a platform where learning English and speaking English is made much easier. Do you speak English? Does your brother speak English? So I have two questions here. Question number 1, do you speak English? And question number 2, does your brother speak English? Answer my questions, all you people out there, if you are live. If you want to get connected with me, please come and get connected and answer questions. Answer those two questions. Question number 1, do you speak English? And does your brother speak English? Remember, question number 1 talks about you. Remember, question number 2 talks about your brother. And remember one thing, grammar wants you to use yes or es after the word when you talk about your third person singular. When you talk about third person singular, grammar wants you to add yes or es after the word. It's wrong on your part to say or to ask a question like this, do your brother speak English? No, remember, you're talking about third person singular here. You're talking about one brother, you're talking about one sister, you're talking about a third person singular here. Does your brother speak English? So answer my questions. Come on, all you people out there. I'm live again. Please join me in large number. Let's try to speak grammatically correct English. Today we're gonna talk. Yes, you heard me correct. We're gonna talk. Come on, come and join me. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Good afternoon to all you people out there. Welcome to Learn English with KMD, a platform where learning English and speaking English is made much easier. Thank you very much for joining me. Come on, come and join me in large number. Today we're gonna talk. Question number 1, do you speak English? And question number 2, does your brother speak English? Answer those two simple questions of mine so that I could carry forward the conversation. And if you people want to keep the ball rolling, you need to answer those two questions which are visible on the board right behind me. Question number 1, do you speak English? And question number 2, does your brother speak English? Good afternoon, Celine. Good afternoon to you too. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you very much for joining my live program. Thank you very much. Good afternoon to you too. So answer those two questions of mine. Do you speak English? Does your brother speak English? Question number 1 talks about you. Do you speak English? Remember, the follow spoken English track here. Written English track is totally different. Spoken English track is totally different. And the two questions are visible to you on the board right behind me, and that's what we call written English track. Now, what exactly is written English track? Written English track is a track in which a style of writing in which we use question marks, we use punctuation marks, we use capital letters, we use gaps. So these are the things we use in written English track. These are the characteristic features of written English track. We use capital letters. We always start a sentence with capital letter when it comes to written English. Do we use capital letters in spoken English? My question to you people out there is, do you use or do we use capital letters in spoken English? And the answer is no. A big no. We never ever use capital letters in written English. I'm sorry, we never use capital letters in spoken English. We always use capital letters in written English, but we never use capital letters in spoken English. There's no room for capital letters in spoken English. The second characteristic feature of written English is we use gaps. As you can see, there's a lot of gap after one word in the other word. Do and then followed by gap. You followed by gap. Speak followed by gap. In English, now we have a question mark there. So question marks comes under the category of punctuation marks. Written English, we always use punctuation marks. Written English, we always use question mark. But when it comes to spoken English track or spoken English, we never use them. There's no room for capital letters. There's no room for gaps. And there's no room for punctuation marks or whatever it is in spoken English track. So how do I want you people to utter? How do I want you people to say those two questions? Question number one, do you speak English? Well, I want you people to prepare your mindset in such a way that they're not four individual words. Treat them as one single word. Do you speak English? This is written English track, the way we write English. Now, the spoken English track is, do you speak English? 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 Yes. All you people out there, please repeat after me. Because this written English track and this spoken English track, do you speak English is written English track. Do you speak English? Do you speak English? Do you speak English? Do you speak English? This is spoken English track. Let's talk about the second question here. Second question talks about your brother. Second question talks about third person singular. Second question talks about your sister, about your father, about your mother, about your friend, about your teacher. It always talks about third person singular. Well, I'm talking about a single brother here. I'm talking about a single sister here. I'm talking about a teacher, a single teacher here. I'm talking about a friend, a single friend here. When I get the chance to talk about third person singular, I gotta start my question with does, not with do. Let's check about the second question. Written English track and spoken English track. Does your brother speak English? And if you count those words on your fingers, we have 5 words here. Does your brother speak English? Yes, you heard me correct. We have 5 words, and if you pay close attention to question number 2, you discovered that's written English track, the way we write English, because it's starting my question with capital letter followed by gaps and followed by a question mark, a punctuation mark. Does your brother speak English? Written English track, the way we write English. What exactly is the spoken English track? That second question, does your brother speak English? Does the 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 brother speak English? Yes, all you people out there, please repeat after me. Please utter after me. The more you repeat, the more you utter, the more easier communication skills become. So answer my question. Come on, all you people. Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon to all and sundry out there. Good afternoon to every man, Jake of you. Come on, come and join me live. I am live today. I've decided to go live again because, yesterday was absolutely wonderful to be with you people. And day before yesterday was the first day I decided to go live, and it was absolutely awesome. It was absolutely wonderful. It was absolutely, fun loving. I really enjoyed being live day before yesterday and yesterday. Today's for the third time I've decided to go live, and I expect all you people out there to join me in large numbers so that we could have some sort of conversation. Come on, come and join me and learn to speak grammatically correct English. Come on, answer those two questions of mine. Question number one, do you speak English? And question number two, does your brother speak English? Yes, I speak English. No, I don't speak English. Does your brother speak English? Yes, my brother speaks English. No, my brother doesn't speak English. Now, if you pay close attention to the positive answer of the second question, third person singular, positive answer. Yes, my brother speaks English. The verb I'm using here is not just speak, S-P-E-A-K, it's S-P-E-A-K plus yes. I keep reiterating, I keep telling my students, I keep running this by you people time and again. The grammar wants us to add yes or es after the word when we get the chance to talk about third person singular. Yes, my brother speaks English. No, my brother doesn't speak English. Well, many of us, all you people out there, you have the habit of saying, yes, my brother speak English. You forget to add yes or es after the verb, and you people have the sort of mindset that what kind of difference does it make if I don't add yes or es after the word? Well, there's a lot of difference here. It makes a lot of difference. It makes world of difference. It makes, tremendous difference here. Because language, English language is categorized into two categories: grammatically correct English and grammatically incorrect English. And if you don't add yes or es after the verb in the positive answer to the second question, does your brother speak English? And your answer is yes, my brother speak English. And you forget to add yes or es after the verb, your English would come in the category of grammatically incorrect English, grammatically wrong English, grammatically inappropriate English. So don't forget to add yes or es after the verb when you talk about your brother, when you talk about your sister, when you talk about third person singular. So let's talk about the positive answer here. Does the brother speak English? Yes, my brother speaks English. S-P-E-A-K plus yes. And the negative answer is more important than the positive answer. No, my brother doesn't speak English. Yes, you heard me correct. I'm not using don't. All you people out there, you have the habit of using don't when you get the chance to talk about third person singular. My father don't go to office. Oh, what are you talking about? Are you kidding me? My father don't go to office. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? Are you real? Are you in your senses? What the hell are you talking about? My father don't go to office. Remember, you're not talking about yourself. You're talking about your father. And your father comes into the category of third person singular. Grammatically correct English wants you to add yes or es after the verb and wants you to add doesn't when you talk about third person singular. The right answer is, grammatically correct answer is, no, my father doesn't go to office. No, my brother doesn't go to college. No, my brother doesn't go to office. No, my brother doesn't go there. No, my brother doesn't go here. My brother doesn't go on Sunday. Blah, 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 etc. Blah, 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 etc., etc., etc. Right? So, question number one, come on, all you people out there, join me in large number. I'm waiting for your answers. Come on. Good afternoon. Hello, hello, hello. I'm waiting for you people to join me. Come on. Answer those two questions of mine which are written in the blackboard right behind me. Question number one, do you speak English? And question number two, does your brother speak English? Keep practicing, keep repeating, and keep uttering. Always remember one thing that, always remember rule number one: when you utter the same question again and again, you learn to say it by heart. Yes, you heard me correct. When you utter the same question, when you utter the same sentence, when you utter the same word, when you utter the same idiomatic sounds again and again, you learn to say it by heart. And if you want to learn to say anything by heart, the best thing to do is to utter as many times as you can, repeat as many times as you can until it occurs to your tongue readily and easily without any problem. I'm damn sure it would definitely occur to your tongue readily and easily without any problem, because practice makes a man perfect. Come on, hello. I am KMD.Speak, and I am from Learn English with KMD, a platform where learning English and speaking English is made much easier. Come on, all you people out there, get connected with me, because I have decided to go live for the time today, and I'm expecting you people to come and join me and ask your queries, your questions, your doubts. I'm here to clarify them. Come on, come and join me in large numbers so that we could have some sort of wonderful and fabulous confabulation for the next 1 hour. Yes, you heard me correct. I'm going to be online for the next 1 hour, and I am live now. Thank you very much for joining me. So those are the questions you need to answer in order to join me. Question number one, do you speak English? And question number two, does your brother speak English? Come on. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon to all you people out there. Hope everything is tickety-boo and hunky-dory, and I hope you people are in the pink of your health. The holy month of Ramadan is in progress, and we're in the last week of the holy month of Ramadan, and we're just 2 to 3 days away from the festival. May this festival bring a lot of happiness, peace, and prosperity in your lives. Here, I wish every man, Jack of you from Learn English with KMD, happy Ramadan. Come on, all you people. Hello. Join me in large number. Ask me the questions, and if you want to join me live today, you need to answer those two questions of mine which are written on the blackboard right behind me. Question number one, do you speak English? And question number two, does your brother speak English? I wanted people to understand the difference between first question number one, and question number two. Do you speak English? Do you speak English? Do you speak English? Yes, I speak English. No, I don't speak English. Do you speak English? Yes, I speak English. No, I don't speak English. Why are we talking about English? Because English is an international language. As I told you in my yesterday's live program and day before yesterday's live program, that English is an international language. Why do we call English an international language? Because it's spoken by millions and millions of people across the world, across the globe, across the universe. English is the lingua franca of the modern world. English has become the lingua franca of the modern world, most essential language and important language of modern world. If you want to survive in this dog-eat-dog world, you need to have knowledge of the English language. Come on, hello, I am KMD.Speak from Learn English with KMD, a platform where learning English and speaking English is made much easier. Come on, all you people out there, join me. Come on, I'm live today. This is for the third time. This is the third day, I'm live. And please join me. Come online, and I've decided to get live, and I'm waiting for you people to join me. So the first question is, do you speak English? Yes, I speak English. No, I don't speak English. Question number 2, does your brother speak English? Does your father speak English? Does your mother speak English? Does your sister speak English? Does he speak English? Does she speak English? Does Ronnie speak English? And does Roger speak English? Does your brother? Does your sister? Does your son? Does your daughter speak English? So in all these questions, I'm talking about third person singular, brother, sister, mother, father, he, she. I'm talking about pronouns here. I'm talking about he, I'm talking about she, I'm talking about pronouns. Remember, when you get the chance to talk about third person singular, it's always does. What if you are talking about more than one brother or more than one sister? What if you're talking about brothers? What if you're talking about sisters? What are you talking about teachers? What are you talking about friends? What are you talking about parents? Well, in this situation, you need to go with do, not with does. Do your friends speak English? Do your sisters speak English? Do your brothers speak English? Do your friends speak English? Do your teachers speak English? Do your parents speak English? Do they speak English? In all these examples, I'm talking about third person plural. I'm not talking about third person singular. I'm talking about third person plural. So my questions will have do instead of does. But the question I wanted people to answer today is about third person singular. Does a brother speak English? Come on, all you people out there, what are you people waiting for? Answer my 2 simple questions and get connected with me online to have a wonderful conversation in English for the next 1 hour. Come on, I'm waiting for your reply. Answer those 2 questions of mine, which are written in the blackboard right behind me. Do you speak English? Does your brother speak English? Come on, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for you people to join me live and ask me questions. Come on, all you people out there. Hello. Good afternoon. Hope you people are in fine fettle. Hope you people are doing pretty well today. Hope you people are as fit as fiddle. Hope you people are in the pink of your health. And everything is tickety-boo and hunky-dory with you people out there. Thank you. Thank you very much. Come on, join me. Ask me a couple of questions. Ask me the doubts you have. I'm ready to clarify your doubts if possible. I would be able to clarify your doubts. Thank you very much. Now I got a question here. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you, dude. Come on, all you people out there, join me. Join me in large number. Thank you. Thank you very much. Good afternoon to Shamshad. Good afternoon to you, dude. How are you doing today? How are you doing today? Answer my question by typing. I'm doing pretty well. I am doing pretty well. So I want you people to answer those 2 questions of mine, which are written on the blackboard right behind me. Do you speak English? And does your brother speak English? I wanted people to identify the difference between the first question and the second question. First question talks about you, direct question. And the second question talks about your brother, about sister, about third person singular, indirect question. Do you speak English? Yes, I speak English. I don't speak English. Does brother speak English? Yes, my brother speaks English. No, my brother doesn't speak English. Remember, we're talking about present indefinite tense here. We're talking about simple present tense, which is also known as simple present simple tense. And if you talk about grammar, if you talk about the formula here, the simple thing you need to understand about present indefinite tense is we never we always use first form of verb here. And when we talk about third person singular, we use first form of verb plus yes or es. Yes, you heard me correct. My father do job. My father go to office. My father speak English. My father write English. And if you pay close attention to all the 3 to 4 statements which I've uttered a little while ago, all the statements are grammatically wrong. They're grammatically incorrect. Yes, you heard me correct. All the 4 statements being uttered by me, all the 4 sentences are grammatically incorrect. What am I talking about? Yes, you heard me correct. They're grammatically incorrect. It's wrong in the part to say my father do job. Always say my father does job. Don't forget to add yes or es after the verb, because you are talking about your father. My father does job. It's wrong in the part to say my father go to office. Always say my father goes to office. Don't forget to add yes or es after the word go when you are talking about your father. My father goes to office. Always say my father speaks English. Don't forget to add yes or es after the verb speak, because you are talking about your father. My father speaks English. And don't forget to add yes or es after the verb and say my father writes English. W-R-I-T-E plus yes, writes. My father writes English. It's wrong in your part to say my father writes English. So don't forget to add yes or es after the verb when you talk about your father, about your mother, about your sister, and about your brother. Because all of them come into the category in third person singular. Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon to every man, Jack of you. Good afternoon to all and sundry holy people out there. Come on, I'm live today. Please join me in large number. And I promise you people that you're going to learn a lot of new things once you get connected with me. So come live. We'll try to learn to speak grammatically correct English with great ease. So here I am today. I am KMD Yunus. KMD stands for Kadi Muhammad in my appellation. Remember talking about this word in my today's live program, that it's appellation talks about your name. It's not application, it's appellation. My appellation, I am KMD Yunus. KMD stands for Kadi Muhammad in my appellation. And I'm from Colonel Andhra Pradesh, and I am working as an assistant professor of English at an engineering college. I have been teaching English, since 1998. I have been in this field, for more than 2.5 decades. I have this hankering of communicating in English like a native speaker right from my childhood, and really love communicating. And I also conduct seminars and workshops at various colleges, intermediate college, degree college, and engineering colleges. And if you people are interested to have my seminar in your school or in your college, so you can reach me at an appointed time so that I could come over and conduct a workshop or a seminar in your school, intermediate college, or degree college, graduation college, or engineering college. So communication is sine qua non in this day and age. You need to learn to speak grammatically correct English. So all you people out there, please come and join me, get connected with me. I am online, and if you want to get connected with me, you need to answer those 2 simple questions of mine, which are written on the blackboard, which are written on the board right behind me. Question number 1, do you speak English? And question number 2, does your brother speak English? Yes, I speak English. No, don't speak English. Does your brother speak English? Yes, my brother speaks English. No, my brother doesn't speak English. I keep reiterating my students, I keep telling my students, the more you practice, the more flexible your tongue becomes. I want you people to utter. What do I want you people to utter? I want you people to utter a particular drill. Drill number 1, positive. Yes, I address it as, I call it as drill number one positive. We also have drill number one negative, but right now I'd like to talk about drill number one positive. Drill number one positive goes like this. I watch. Yes, you heard me correct. I watch. Remember, I is first person singular and watch is a verb I'm using here. I'm not adding yes or yes after the word watch here because I'm talking about first person singular. I'm talking about I, and grammatically wrong on my part to add yes or es after the word when I talk about I here. I watch. We watch. You watch. You watch me live every day. You watch my videos every day. You watch my reels every day. You watch me on YouTube every day. You watch. You all watch. They watch. Well, in all the sentences, in all the statements, I'm talking about first person singular, first person plural, second person singular, second person plural, and third person plural. I watch, we watch, you watch, you all watch, they watch, you all watch my live program, you all watch me on YouTube, you all watch my videos and grammar on idiomatic sentences. You all watch my reels on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook. Thank you very much for your love and support. Keep supporting and keep loving me. I'm badly in need of your support. I'm badly in need of your cooperation. I'm badly in need of your love. So keep supporting me and keep helping me. I watch, we watch, you all watch, and they watch. Remember, I'm talking about drill number one positive here. And I want you people to utter drill number one as many times as you can until it occurs to your tongue readily and easily without any problem. The more you practice, the more easier it gets. The more you practice, the more fun it becomes to communicate in English. The dexterity of your tongue improves tremendously, and I find it really very easy to communicate in English. Talking about third person singular here. He watches. Yes, you heard me correct. He watches. The verb I'm using here is watch, and I gotta add yes or is after the verb. W-A-T-C-H becomes watches. I gotta add yes or is after the word watch. I can't go with yes here. I need to go with is here. He watches. She watches. It watches. Ronnie watches. Raju watches. My father watches, and your father watches. Hope the things are absolutely clear. Let me run drill number one positive by you again. I watch, we watch, you all watch, they watch, he watches, she watches, it watches, Ronnie watches, Raju watches, my father watches, and your father watches. I'm done with drill number one positive. I want you people to pay close attention. I want you people to bear this important point, this important point in your mind. I want you people to engrave this important point in your brain. I want you people to freeze this important point in your brain to use yes or es after the verb when you get the chance to talk about third person singular. Well, it's wrong on my part to say my father watch. It's wrong on my part to say your father watch. It's wrong on my part to say he watch. Well, it's not he watch. It's always he watches. She watch. Grammatically incorrect. Grammatically wrong. She watches. It watch. Wrong. It watches. Rani watch. Wrong. Rani watches. Raju watch. Wrong. Raju watches. So don't forget to add yes or is after the word. I watch. I watch what? I watch cricket. I watch Cartoon Network. I watch Telugu movies. I watch English movies to improve my communication skills. Well, that's the best thing to do. That's really the best thing to do, and here is friendly advice to all the people out there. Inculcate the habit of watching English movies so that your communication skill improves. It really helps you improving your communication skills. Really wonderful habit to watch English movies. I watch English movies. I watch cricket match. I watch football match. I watch, daddy soaps. I watch this. I watch that. I watch, sports, etc. and etc. Now, talking about he watched. Well, it's wrong in my part to say he watched. It has to be he watches. He watches cricket match every day. He watches movie every day. He watches film. He watches channels. He watches Cartoon Network. He watches your reel on YouTube, etc. and etc. So don't forget to add guess what es after the word. So hello, hello, hello. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining me. And if you, I request to all you people out there to join me in large number. I'm waiting for you. Come on, where are you? Where the hell are you people right now? Come on, join me in large number. And I promise that you people are going to have wonderful time for the next an hour. Come on, join me. I'm waiting for your messages and for your queries and questions. And if you want to get connected with me, come online, and then you need to answer those two simple questions of mine, which are written on the blackboard right behind me. Do you speak English? Does your brother speak English? Yes, I speak English. Yes, my brother speaks English. No, I don't speak English. No, my brother doesn't speak English. Good afternoon. Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon. I am KMD from Learn English with KMD, a platform where learning English and speaking English is made much easier. Hello there. Hello, good afternoon. How are you people doing today? Hope everything is tickety-boo and hanky-dory with you people out there. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. I appreciate your joining. I'm waiting for your questions, for your queries, for your messages. Come on, come and join me in large numbers so that we could have a friendly confabulation. I am KMD from Learn English with KMD, a platform where learning English and speaking English is made much easier. Here comes the first question of mine. When I talk about spoken English, what does spoken English mean? Yes, you heard me correct. The question is about spoken English and what does spoken English mean? And here is the answer. Spoken English means speaking English fluently without hesitation. Yes, you heard me correct. That's the answer for the question. What does spoken English mean? Spoken English means speaking English fluently without hesitation. And if you learn to speak fluently and if you learn to speak without hesitation, that's spoken English. Always remember one thing, that a good listener can become a good speaker. If you have the burning desire to become a fluent speaker of English language, if you have the burning desire to speak impeccable English, then you gotta be a good listener first. Only a good listener can become a good speaker, because listening is primary and speaking is secondary. Listening always comes first, and speaking always comes next. Listening is first, and speaking is next. A good listener can become a good speaker, but a good speaker can be a good listener. So rule number one, when you utter the same sentence or a word or a question or an idiomatic sentence again and again, you learn to say it by heart. Well, I'm joined by Samir Sheikh. Yes, thank you, Samir. Thank you very much. I'm joined by Mr. Samir Sheikh, and he says, "Hi, sir. I am Samir." Thank you, Samir. I really appreciate you joining me. Thank you very much for joining me live. So, how are you doing today, Samir? Answer this question, very simple question of mine. How are you doing today, Samir? Answer my question by typing, "I am doing pretty well." I'm joined by Samir Sheikh. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, Samir. Good afternoon to you. I hope you're doing pretty well. Answer my question. How are you doing today? Are you doing pretty well? Answer my question, Samir. Samir Sheikh. Good afternoon to you, Samir. Thank you very much. Answer the simple question of mine. How are you doing today? The answer is, I am doing pretty well. I am doing pretty well. I want you to type this answer, Samir. I am doing pretty well. Thank you. I really appreciate you joining me. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Samir. Good afternoon to you too. Yes, I heard you. You are Samir Sheikh. And how are you doing today? I am doing pretty well. Well, I was talking about spoken English. What is spoken English mean? Spoken English means speaking English without hesitation. Well, I'm joined by Maqsood Ahmed. Welcome to Maqsood Ahmed as well. Welcome to Samir as well. Thank you very much. Hello, Maqsood. Hello. How are you doing today? Thank you very much for joining me. I really appreciate you joining. Thanks a lot. Good afternoon to you too, Maqsood. Good afternoon to you too, Samir, as well. So my question to you people is, how are you people doing today? How are you doing, Mr. Samir? And how are you doing, Mr. Maqsood? Answer my question by typing, "I am doing pretty well." I am doing pretty well. Well, I got the reply from Mr. Samir. He says, "Good, sir. Thank you, Samir. Really appreciate your answer. Thank you very much." I want you people to answer this two very simple question of mine, which you could see on the board right behind me. Question number one, Samir Sheikh, do you speak English? Answer this question of mine. Very simple question of mine. Do you speak English? Samir and Maqsood, please answer this two simple question of mine, which is written on the blackboard right behind me. Do you speak English? Yes, or I speak English. Oh, Samir happens to be a student of mine. He is interested to join my spoken English classes, which I'm going to start from 25th of this month, right after our Ramadan festival. Most welcome, Samir. I am very eagerly looking forward to meet you in the classroom. I'm going to start a new batch on 25th of this month, and I request all you people out there to join me in large number. Come and join and learn to speak grammatically correct English. Yes, Samir, I am Khader's friend. Yes, I got you, Samir. I'm real very sorry I could not recognize you by seeing your name. Thank you. Thank you very much, Samir. I really appreciate you joining me. I know that you are Khader's friend. I know that you are interested to join my spoken English classes. Now, answer a very simple question of mine, Samir. Do you speak English? Look at the first question right over there on the blackboard right behind me. Do you speak English? Answer that simple question of mine. Yes, I speak English. And then you need to answer the second question as well, Samir. Does your brother speak English? Do you speak English? Does your brother speak English? Thank you very much, Maqsood Ahmed, and thank you very much, Samir, for joining me live today. This is for the third time I've decided to go live because it's absolutely wonderful to have this sort of interaction with you people out there. I'm really enjoying it, and I request all you people out there to join me in large number. Come on, come and learn to speak grammatically correct English. Samir Sheikh happens to be a friend of one of my old students who works in Dubai. Maksud Sheikh. Of course I speak English. Well, that sounds absolutely wonderful to hear. Maksud has added, of course, before his answer. That really shows your confidence. Thank you, Maksud. I really appreciate your answer. Of course, I speak English. Maksud, I want you people, I want you to take the rest, I want you to take the pain of answering the second question of mine, which is written in the blackboard right behind me. Does a brother speak English? Remember, Maksud, you're talking about your brother. You're not talking about yourself. You're talking about your brother. I want you to answer the second question of mine. Does your brother speak English, Maksud? Thank you. I really appreciate your answer, Maksud. You answered my question really very well. You said, of course, I speak English. Yes, you are right there. You got the right answer. I want Samir and Maksud to answer those two simple questions of mine. Do you speak English? And question number 2, does your brother speak English? Yes? Come on, hello. I am KMD Yunus from Learn English with KMD, a platform where learning English and speaking English is made much easier. I hope I got the reply from Mr. Maksud Ahmed for the second question, which is written on the board right behind me. Does your brother speak English? And Maksud says, yes, my brother speaks English. I really appreciate it. There you go. You got the right answer. My brother speaks English is grammatically correct, Maksud. Congratulations. You have learned to speak grammatically correct English. That S makes a lot of difference. That yes makes world of difference between grammatically correct English and grammatically incorrect English. Well, you did a great job. Congratulations, Maksud. Your answer is grammatically correct. Yes, my brother speaks English. Yes, my brother speaks English. And Samir Sheikh says, no, I will not speak English. Well, Samir says, I will not speak English. Samir, let me tell you one thing that is absolutely wrong and important. Say, I will not speak English. The correct terminology is, I don't speak English. Samir, I request you to type me this answer again. This time, grammatically correct answer, I don't speak English. This one is to Samir because he got the first answer wrong. Samir, it's wrong on your part to say, I will not speak English. The right terminology, the right answer is, I don't speak English. Oh, I got the reply from Mr. Samir Sheikh. He is right there this time. He's grammatically correct. I don't speak English. Samir, I want you to take the pain of answer the second question of mine this time. It's about your brother. Does your brother speak English, Samir? I am talking about your brother. I'm going back to Maksud. Maksud, thank you very much for joining me. I really appreciate you joining. Maksud, I just wanted to know something about your personal life and about your professional life, if you don't mind. Where are you from, Mr. Maksud? Are you from Kurnool? Are you from Nindal? Or are you from Mahbub Nagar? Are you from Andhra Pradesh? Where are you from? Answer this question of mine, Maksud. Samir says, yes, my brother speak English. Yes, well done. Great job. You're doing fabulous, Mr. Samir. I really appreciate all your efforts. But you need to understand one thing, Samir, that when you are talking about your brother, it's not just speak. It is speaks. S-P-E-A-K plus S. The right terminology is, yes, my brother speaks English. Yes, my brother speaks English. I want you to add S after speak and make it speaks. because we're talking about your brother, third person singular. I got the answer for my question from Mr. Maqsood Ahmed. He says, I'm from Andhra Pradesh. Very happy to see you from Andhra Pradesh. Where are you from Andhra Pradesh? Are you from Colonel? Are you from Hyderabad? Are you from Mahbubnagar? Are you from Nindal? Where are you from, Maqsood? Where exactly are you from Andhra Pradesh? I want to know. Oh, really? That sounds absolutely wonderful to hear that Mr. Maqsood Ahmed is from Colonel. I'm from Colonel. I'm born and brought up in Colonel. Well, I live in the vicinity of Osmania College. And where do you dwell, Mr. Maqsood? Where do you stay? Where do you live? Where do you reside? Where do you domicile? In which area of Colonel? In which part of Colonel City do you dwell? I want to know, Maqsood. Really very happy to see Maqsood and Samir Sheikh joining me live today. And these two boys have already answered those two very simple questions of mine written on the board. Do you speak English? Does your brother speak English? Maqsood was grammatically correct. He said, yes, of course I speak English. And yes, my brother speaks English. And talking about Mr. Samir, even he was able to answer those two questions. The first question he got right. Yes, I speak. No, I don't speak English. And Samir says, yes, my brother speak English. Oh gosh, Mr. Maqsood is from Rosa Street. Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much, Maqsood. How are you doing today? You said, well, I'm doing pretty well today. Are you a student, Maqsood? What are you doing? What are you up to? Are you a student? Are you a college-going student or a school student? Or are you a businessman? Or are you doing some sort of job? What are you up to? Well, yes, Maqsood. Are you a student? Samir Sheikh, yes, my brother speaks English. Well, it's not my brother speaks English, Samir. It's my brother speaks English. S-P-E-A-K-S. Don't forget to add yes or es after the word when you get the chance to talk about third person singular. Remember, it's always speaks. My brother speaks. My sister speaks. My mother speaks. My father speaks. And I speak. There's no need to add s or es after the word when you talk about yourself. But when you talk about your brother, about your sister, about your father, about your mother, you need to add yes or es after the word. Maqsood, thank you very much. Really appreciate you joining me. Thanks a lot. That was absolutely wonderful having a chat with you, having a friendly confabulation with you. I'm joined by Mr. Maqsood and Mr. Samir Sheikh. Maqsood happens to be from Colonel and he happens to be from Rosa Street. And Samir Sheikh, I guess, he's from Zohrapuram. If I'm not wrong, are you from Zohrapuram, Samir? Answer this question of mine, Samir. Are you from Zohrapuram? And Maqsood, are you fasting today? Are you observing fast or in Ramadan? Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon. I'm KMD Yunus from Learn English with KMD, a platform where learning English and speaking English is made much easier. I request all you people out there to join me in large numbers so that we can have some sort of conversation. Yes, I got the reply from Mr. Samir Sheikh. He says, yes, sir, I'm from Zohrapuram. Yes, I knew it that you're from Zohrapuram because your friend, Mr. Kava, happens to be from Zohrapuram, who's working in Dubai. He's one of the wonderful persons, one of the wonderful students I've ever come across in my entire life. He's a true man, he's true penny, he's loyal, and he's a true friend to trust with. I'm looking forward to see you in spoken English classes, Mr. Samir. I'm going to start a new batch from 25th of this month, right after Ramadan Festival. Yes, I am from Zohrapuram. Maqsood Ahmed, are you observing fast today? Are you fasting today? Are you in Ramadan? Answer this question of mine, Maqsood. Okay, so here is Samir Sheikh. Samir Sheikh says that, your father is my childhood friend. The right terminology, Samir, is childhood friend, or you could even say he's my bosom friend, or you could even say he is my fast friend, or you could even say he is my pal, P-A-L, Paul, rather than using that expression. So you better go with this expression. Khader is my childhood friend. Khader is my intimate friend. Khader is my fast friend. Khader is my bosom friend. Khader is my alter ego. I want you to go with this expression. Khader is my alter ego. Let me spell the word for you. A-L-T-E-R-E-G-O. Khader is my alter ego. Yes, you got it right now. Samir Sheikh says that Khader is my childhood friend. It sounds absolutely wonderful to hear that you are his childhood friend. Are you observing fast, Samir? Are you fasting, or are you in the month of Ramadan, or hello. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining me. I really appreciate our joining. We are joined by Mr. Maksud and Mr. Samir Sheikh, Shamshad, and Salim. Thank you very much. And those two simple questions already be answered. Do you speak English? Does your brother speak English? Yes, I speak English. No, I don't speak English. Yes, my brother speaks English. No, my brother doesn't speak English. Remember, it's not my brother don't speak English. It's always my brother doesn't speak English. Yes, I'm fasting, sir. Wow, that's wonderful, Samir. That's wonderful. God bless you. May the blessings and mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be upon you. Don't forget to pray for me. Don't forget to pray for the entire humanity in all your prayers. Remember me and remember the entire humanity. And don't forget to remember your alter ego, your childhood friend, Mr. Khader, in your prayers. Thank you, Samir. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your joining today. You are fasting. You are in the holy month of Ramadan. You are doing the sacrifice just for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May all your prayers be accepted by Him. May the mercy and love and affection be showered upon you of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Thank you. Thank you very much, Samir. It was absolutely wonderful talking to you. Well, good afternoon. Good afternoon to every man check of you. Good afternoon to all in Sandray. I am KMD from Learn English with KMD, a platform where learning English and speaking English is made much easier. Today, we're going to talk, and if you want to get connected with me live, you need to answer those two simple questions of mine written on the board right behind me. Do you speak English? Does your brother speak English? Samir, does your brother speak English? Yes, my brother speaks English. No, my brother doesn't speak English. Do you speak English? Yes, I speak English. No, I don't speak English. Hope you got it. Hope you got my point, Samir. Hope you understood. Hope you, comprehended. Thank you very much, Samir, and thank you, Maksud Ahmed. I really appreciate you joining me. Thank you, Shamshad, and thank you, Salim, for joining me today in my live program, live telecast. Thank you very much. It's time for me to call it a day because it's been more than an hour. So it's been absolutely fantastic and fabulous talking to you people out there, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. Are you observing fast? Well, Samir, here is a question for Mr. Samir Sheikh. No, I am not observing fast due to some issues and due to some, commitments. I could not fast today. Well, that doesn't mean that I'm not fasting. I've been able to complete 15 fasts so far, but today I'm not fasting. Unfortunately, due to some commitments and due to some circumstances, I'm not fasting today. Thank you, Samir. Thank you very much. Do take a very good care of yourself. Time for me to sign it out. Thank you. Thank you very much.